Okay, so this will be a short overview about a basic inventory system and how it works. So, inventory systems are kind of complicated, but once you understand them, they're real easy. So, let's get into it. So, I'm going to start the game, and you can see that there is nothing, okay? Now, the only reason this is blank is because there's a piece of code that I wrote, and I didn't apply it to the other ones yet, but you will see. So it's blank, so I'm going to go to my other scene. I'm going to play this, and in here, I will press a certain key. Let me see what that key was. It was asterisk. Okay. So, I accidentally set this to one of my other keyboard shortcuts. Sorry about that. But keycode dot, we'll do C. So we'll save this. Sorry about that. Okay. So it's going to start, and I'll press C. Okay. Now I'm going to stop it and go back to my inventory screen. So now what I'm going to do is, look at that. So basically so now that you've seen that, I'll show you what's been going on behind the scenes. Okay. So this piece of code, or this script, was in the other scene. I wanted it in the other scene so I could show you how this carries from one scene to another. Basically, I just set a player pref. If you don't know what a player pref is, I have a video on that, and there will be a video on that shortly. But basically, I just saved a variable called inventory slot 0 with the value 1. Now then, when I came into this scene and started it, there is this item manager script running, and on this item manager we have a list called item images. And there are two things in there. An empty sprite, which is, like it sounds, totally empty. There is nothing there. And then I have my dagger image right there. So when I pressed the key in here, it set this to 1. Then when I came into this scene, it said, okay, I'm going to call a function and put in my player pref with the value of 1. And this function just went in, and this is the functional line of code. This is what does everything. One line. It says inventory 0, image. So inventory 0 is this. That's it. That's what it is. And I just assign a sprite to it. And that sprite was the image, or the sprite, in my list that had been assigned 1. So I hope you're following me so far. Basically, I set at a number. When I came into this scene, I called up that number and looked it up in my list. And then I call, and then element 1, or number 1 in the list, was my capture, or the image of the dagger. And then it just took that and said, okay, so then this is what it is. This is what this value is. And then if you're wondering what all that other code in there was, this is just to disable it, just to disable the image when I set my value to 0. So in here, when I set the value to 0, it just sets the empty sprite and disables this, basically so it keeps everything clean. So I just have one script, and it gets the stuff for all of these, or it will. I pretty much just need to copy and rewrite the names in this, and then just use it in one line, in 3 lines of code up here. So that's how I've personally built my system for saving items and stuff. You can build yours however you want. However, I found this approach was very easy and very expandable. I mean, for the player, when the player wanted to get his item with a little scroll bar, like in Minecraft or something, like that, all you would do is just replace the item images list with a list of game objects to instantiate for the player, or to activate for the player. So that way you have a whole expandable library of things. So like if you've ever played Unturned, which is a Steam game, great game, or Minecraft, you know how you can spawn certain items by entering a code into the command bar. That's how it works. It just every item just has its code, and when you enter in that code, it says, okay, hey, we'll get that item for you. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. There should be more like it to come. And I'm out.